What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the first time I did wax. Well, technically my second, because the first time I only took a tiny puff and then I was done. But the second time I did not. And yes, I know pins are technically wax, but I mean like actual wax. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This is a pretty recent story too. I'd say 4 months ago, 5 months ago, if that. So yeah, me and my best friend, I talked about him in another story. His name is Jaden, and I moved an hour away from him, so we don't live in the same town anymore. So in order to go over there, I have to spend like $80 to get gas and shit, whatnot. I also have another friend down there. He's chill as hell, and he's my homie. I like straight up love him, no homo though. Let's just call him Blandon. So on this particular day, I spend the money and I go to his house, but he's at work. Jaden is. And so I'm sitting here just hanging around his brothers and his sisters. And I'm like, oh, I should probably hit Brandon up because Jaden ain't here. So I could probably hang out with Brandon. So I call him up. He goes, yo, what's up? Oh, you want to hang out for a bit? He says, sure, why not? You know where this other guy lives? I was like, I know of him, but I don't know where he lives. He's like, just go to the Red Church and I'll meet you there. Now, in this small town that I lived, it was kind of straightforward. You can get from point A to point B in like 20 minutes, if that. So here I go down the road, walking, listening to music, looking for the Red Church. I find it, and there he is, Brandon, and this other dude. Dab him up, and I'm like, yo, what up? Like, it's been a minute, but let's just do something. So this other kid says, we're probably going to go hit up our friend, see if she can give us some wax hits, and then we could probably leave somewhere else or some shit. Brandon looks at me, and he goes, you good with that? If not, we can go back to my house, you know? And it's like, yeah, why not? Because at the time, I was going through a breakup, and I was really fucking depressed. And honestly, I just wanted to chill for a bit. So we walked down to this girl's place, and we are just talking and watching TV and stuff like that. This other kid, he finally asked her, he's like, hey, can I take a couple hits? Me and my buddies take a couple hits from your stash. She goes, sure, why not? And basically he goes, do you know how to smoke wax, Jordan? I was like, well, kind of. I only did it once before. So like, here's the basics. You guys already know the basics. If you don't, I'm not saying them. Look them up. But then he's like, okay. So I take a hit, and my God, was that the strongest hit I could have taken. I was coughing for 5 minutes straight, and I was already feeling the effects within 5 minutes. So I'm already to the point where I'm kind of like not high, but like I'm feeling good. And this other kid asked me and Brandon if we wanted another hit, which I probably should have said no, but I did it anyways. I'm like, sure, why not? Like I said, I was just trying to relax. I didn't want to fucking deal with the stress of my breakup. I was doing that shit out of pure fucking trying to get away from my problems. Probably shouldn't do that, just keep in mind. So I take another hit, and this one sends me to the fucking moon. I mean, I'm straight up gone. Now, by this time, Jaden was already off work. He could not smoke because personal reasons. He couldn't smoke. So he didn't smoke. And he's like, yo, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. So we start walking out the door, and I'm feeling the effects more. I'm like, oh, fuck. I pulled Jaden aside. I'm like, dude, I am done. I can't even barely walk. He's like, you're fucking what? You're done? Are you serious, dude? And the reason why he freaked out like this is because I was staying at his house, and his family does not like marijuana and nothing like that. And they're really religious people. I am too, myself, but they just don't believe in that type of stuff, if that makes sense. So he's like, okay, let's just go to Brandon's for a bit. Let's hang out. Let's rap. Let's do some shit. So this other kid's like, hold up. I gotta go grab our PlayStation remotes from this guy that I let borrow. So we go and we walk to this place that's really fucking crowded. I mean, there's a lot of people outside smoking and drinking. It's a really, really fucked up area. It's known for its drug and shit like that. It's like the hood of my neighborhood anyways. And so we pull up, and I'm kind of just standing there. Jaden had a call from his uncle that this guy provided, and he was on the phone for like 15 minutes. I get really bad anxiety with a lot of people, so I'm just kind of cowering over in the corner, high as fuck. Didn't know what the fuck to do. I think Brandon's seen this, and he's like, yo, check out this video. So we're watching this video about this guy that's, like, roasting his Twitch viewers that are racist on him. Like, I mean, just to the point where he's like, I'm backstroking your mom and everything else. I mean, this guy was funny. I don't know if it was because I was high as fuck or if he was just generally funny, but I laughed for like 10 minutes straight with this guy. So this other kid that was there, he was riding a pink bicycle that belonged to my friend Jaden's sister. And it was fucking hilarious to watch him go up and down the street just riding this pink little bike. We eventually grab the controllers and we leave, and we're like, hey, yo, can we go to your place, Blandon? And Blandon's like, sure, why not? We go back to his place, we chill for a bit, we start freestyling and all that. And then we play some Gang Beast. If you ever heard of that game is fun as hell. But we play that for a few hours, and then we get done with that, and we're like, shit, it's like 12 o'clock. Me and Jaden is sitting there looking at each other like, we gotta go back. Jaden asked if I was still high or not. I was like, yeah, I am. So I was like, we're just gonna have to go back, and I'm gonna probably have to go to bed straight away so nobody knows. Because I didn't want to get him in trouble. He was already getting in trouble, and it was my fault, not his. It was entirely my fault. He wasn't even there to do that shit. On top of that, he had reasons he couldn't do that stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to go upstairs. I'm going to tell your family goodnight, and then I'm going to go to bed. He's like, sounds good. How's it affecting you now, though? I was like, I feel pretty good still. I mean, I'm relaxed. I feel great. My high's coming down a little bit, but, like, I'm still high as fuck. So he's like, okay, just go upstairs and go to bed. So we go upstairs, and he's playing on his Xbox, and I'm just, like, thinking weird shit while trying to fall asleep. I mean, the weirdest shit popped in my head. I mean, there's this one point where I was, like, thinking, what if the roots of a plant were actually legs for the plant? Like, that's the type of shit I was thinking while trying to go to sleep. It was just fucking ridiculous. But eventually I did go to sleep, and I had a fun time that night. And I had a fun time the 2 days that I stayed there, my bad. Yeah, more of the story is, do not ever do what I just did, because it's ridiculous and stupid. I was doing something that I probably shouldn't have done. Yeah, but I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and peace.